Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my privilege this morning to welcome you to the annual public meeting of Canada Lands Company Limited for fiscal year 2013-2014. The past 12 months have seen many changes at Canada Lands, perhaps more specifically reflected in the presence of several new directors here today. The company said farewell and thank you to some familiar faces at our board table this past year, and in turn, it's my honor to welcome several new faces to the fold. I extend my warm congratulations and welcome to Nicholas Makos. Nicholas, welcome from Toronto. Barbara Sutherland from Waterloo, Ontario. Welcome, Barbara. Jocelyn Houle from Gatineau, Quebec. Welcome, Jocelyn. And Toby Jenkins from Canmore, Alberta. Welcome, Toby. It's great to have you with us. We look forward to accomplishing good things together. Your decades of collective leadership experience in law, real estate, urban policy, and municipal governance have already proven invaluable as we work towards leading Canada Lands to continually greater levels of achievement. I'm also pleased today to share with you that Canada Lands welcomed John McBain, welcome John, in March 2014 as its new President and Chief Executive Officer. Filling the position of President and CEO is one of the most important tasks of our Board of Directors, and we are so pleased that John elected to bring his decades of experience with real property in both the public and private sectors to the leading role of Canada Lands. John took the reins from acting President and CEO Bob Howell. Bob, you did a great job and we thank you. I want to personally thank Bob as he assumes now his expanded role as Executive Vice President of the real estate on a national basis. Bob provided steady guidance for the company during a challenging transition, and his efforts are greatly appreciated. Before we continue further, I'd like also to take a moment to express our gratitude to our friends and former directors who have moved on to new opportunities. From Calgary, Alberta, Michael Evans. From Toronto, Elena McPhee and Lloyd Fogler. From Montreal, Louise Pelletier. From the entire Canada Lands family, we thank you for your commitment, leadership, expertise, and service over these past few years. Not long ago, Canada Lands touted its core business as real estate development with only some involvement in tourism. How quickly things can change. Today, Canada Lands is one of the largest tourism operators in the country. With a portfolio that now includes the CN Tower in Toronto, the Old Port of Montreal, and the Montreal Science Centre, the company's core business has clearly expanded. To date, the company, Canada Lands, has contributed more than $1 billion to the Government of Canada as payment for its properties, elimination of carrying costs, payment of taxes, and declaration of dividends. Canada Lands continually improves upon its real estate management portfolio across the country and is emerging as an increasingly valuable resource for the Government of Canada. In Ottawa and Calgary, Canada Lands is in the midst of highly successful community consultation for the former Canadian Forces bases Rockcliffe and Calgary, respectively. Public events for these two sites saw hundreds of people participate in the process as Canada Lands garnered rave reviews from citizens and stakeholders alike for its inclusive public engagement process. At these and other properties across the country, Canada Lands will continue to seek to strike the appropriate balance between heritage commemoration, community interests, and fiscal dividends for all Canadians. At Canada Lands property, Downsview Park in Toronto, community consultations began in December 2013 for one of the most important and innovative community building initiatives in Canada's largest city. At the Old Port of Montreal, Canada Lands continued to provide capital improvements and steady stewardship to one of Canada's most historic port areas and tourism destinations. This year, more than ever, highlighted the fact that Canada Lands is poised to leave an indelible legacy in some of Canada's largest urban centers, while providing value for both the Government of Canada and for local communities. The amalgamation of Downsview Park and the Old Port of Montreal with Canada Lands Company took significant steps toward finalization this year. As processes and management of the three organizations have continued to consolidate, it has become increasingly apparent that the strength and economies of combining these diverse assets will benefit both the company and citizens we serve for years to come. As I recap our successful year, I'm also pleased to share with you that I am personally very proud to serve for a second term as chairman of Canada Lands that is recognized for providing great value to its shareholder and enhancing communities in Canada. I'm proud to help build a company that is a leader in sustainable development, military and cultural legacy building. It is my and the entire company's highest honor to serve our country through our diverse areas of expertise. I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you very much. I look forward to speaking to you again next year when I'm sure we will have more great news to share regarding the accomplishments of Canada Lands. At this point, it's my honor and privilege to introduce to you our President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. John McBain, to present specific details of the many successes of Canada Lands during this past year. John, we look forward to welcoming you to this podium and to your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Grant, and thank you all as well for attending today's event. J'ai le privilège de vous informer que la Société immobilière du Canada continue d'établir de nouvelles normes dans la contribution positive qu'elle apporte aux collectivités et aux contribuables à travers le pays. Elle crée de la valeur pour tous les Canadiens et Canadiennes grâce à son portefeuille diversifié, qui comprend des projets de management immobilier d'avant-garde, des attractions innovatrices et des services expérimentés en gestion immobilière, en plus de superviser plusieurs points d'intérêt prestigieux du Canada. Depuis sa fondation, la Société immobilière du Canada a versé à son actionnaire, le gouvernement du Canada, l'impressionnante somme de 561 millions de dollars en dividendes. Simultanément, elle s'acquit une réputation enviable d'entreprise qui n'apporte pas uniquement de l'importance au profit. Canada Lands has distinguished itself in the fields thanks to its focus on heritage preservation, environmental sustainability, and community engagement, as Grant has described. We feel very strongly here at Canada Lands that our values have always mirrored those of Canada herself. And we certainly aren't slowing down. To expand, as Grant said, on some points, in Alberta, the next phase of development for the former Canadian Forces Base Calgary is making great progress. The consultation process at Currie Barracks has been a resounding success, garnering positive recommendation from local residents, council members, and media. Just minutes from Calgary's downtown core, Currie Barracks will soon be transformed into an innovative, sustainable, mixed-use urban community. Canada Lands was also honored to help in unveiling Edmonton's first memorial dedicated to the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry this past August. Hundreds of Edmontonians and veterans gathered at Patricia Park and Griesbaugh Village for the event, made possible in part by Canada Lands weaving legacy features into the fabric of our Griesbaugh development. In Toronto, Canada's National Tower completed another remarkable year. As stewards of one of the nation's most visible landmarks, Canada Land's team at the CN Tower perennially makes the attraction one of the most successful and respected tourism operations in the world. In Ottawa, the company has completed its formal public consultation process at the former CFB Rockcliffe, with hundreds of interested residents helping the company shape a plan for the site's redevelopment. One of the most anticipated community site development in the nation's capital is beginning to take place. The meticulous and inclusive consultation process involved more than 160 meetings with local stakeholder groups, community organizations, and our public advisory group. It is worth noting as well the innovative participation agreement we have in place with the Algonquins of Ontario that has made their engagement and participation an integral component of the consultation process. We now await approval from the City of Ottawa in order to bring this project to life. During this past year, Canada Lands also began to finalize amalgamation of Downsview Park and the Old Port of Montreal as mandated by the Government of Canada. In Toronto, Downsview Park represents one of the region's most unique city building initiatives. The company will work towards transitioning the Downsview lands into a complete, vibrant, and sustainable community. The Old Port of Montreal and Science Centre have also had successful years, with millions of people continuing to visit the Old Port and the Science Centre itself. Just 7 months in, I couldn't be more excited for what I have seen Canada Lands accomplish and the groundwork we have prepared for what lies ahead. That said, we are not standing pat. We are committed to continual improvement here at Canada Lands, and the organization is evolving every day to better achieve its mandate, providing value for Canadians where they live, work, and play. On a personal note, it is my distinct pleasure to be here at my first annual public meeting. I am indeed indebted to Chairman Grant Walsh and the Board of Directors for your support to date. Thank you all very much. And I am particularly grateful for the help afforded me by all of the company's staff by my transition, during my transition into this role. I am excited by the prospect of what we will accomplish together. C'est une organisation qui est en train d'augmenter le niveau de qualité de la gestion immobilière fédérale. I am extremely excited to be part of it. Thank you.